entrepreneurship, inspire the young minds to take up entrepreneurship ventures. So, with on behalf of our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Dr. Suresh Nagapur Sir, was very instrumental to arrange this special lecture. So, on behalf of all, I heartily welcome and for arranging this very session today. So, we have amongst us a very eminent guest, Sri Manan Kalki Sir, founder and CEO, One Day, Managing Trustee, High Foundation, President PIE in Bangalore, and Trustee TIE Global. On behalf of all, I welcome Sri Manan Kalki Sir today. I request Prashant Sek. On behalf of all, I request we also have Karthik Sir as today. Karthik Sir is a consultant, innovation program management, academic and community startup incubators, policy advocacy Bangalore. I request Prashant Sir to welcome Karthik. Thank you, sir. On behalf of all, I welcome our inspiring bright minds, Prashant Sir, Finance Officer, KSRDPRUSocial. Welcome, sir. I welcome our coordinators, special officers, faculty, and all my dear friends. Some of you are standing here. I request them to kindly sit on the steps. You can take sit on these steps. Just come in the front. The session is very inspiring. I request all of you to switch off your phones or listen in silent mode and be a part of this session. It will really take you in an entrepreneurial mode and to set a trend. So I welcome all of you and thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for honoring. Now I like to call Ms. Archana, MSc to give brief about.
It's a great privilege to introduce Karthik sir. He is a renowned innovation technologist and a social entrepreneur with a strong focus on building India's innovation ecosystem. His current focus areas are strategic advisory, innovation program management, public policy and public-private partnerships, academic and startup incubators build, investment promotion. Experience includes he worked with KPMG's risk consultancy, co-founder of startup in the edtech space. He is also honored and recognized by fellow of the Royal Society of Arts London, National League of Youth Civic Engagement, UNICEF, member Chief Minister of Karnataka's War Room on COVID-19. White House in December 2017, invited to the State Prime Minister's Office of National Cyber Bureau 2015. His other achievements include part of the team that built the National Incubator Capacity Building Machine, represented India on various international delegations, including C2 startup missions to the United States and cyber security relation to Israel. This was a brief introduction about the ecosystem. Now I would like to call Karthik sir to highlight about this event.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and Thank you, sir. When I was talking to Suresh Nagarav, sir, and we were trying to put this together. He said yesterday he wasn't there, but thank you so much for arranging this, sir. And we are talking to Madan. We hear about Madan, sir, I think, on his introduction. But he's been inspiring entrepreneurs and people alike. And I've actually had the honor of sitting on the other side and listening to him very many years ago. And the honor to sit next to you and now others, because I used to be in the youth wing of Rotary. I used to sit in one of those last benches and listen to a lot of people talk. And Madan happened to be inspiring us and telling us, rather don't look at the watch. Sorry, we didn't have mobile phones to look at. So I remember that I was, don't look at the watch. If you want to look at the watch, you can, maybe go off. But I've known Madan as a senior road tractor. I've known him, from what he co-founded Meditrack and sold, Meditrack as a last company. Currently, as the trustee of Indian High Foundation. Recently, there was the Indus Entrepreneurs Global Summit in Bangalore, and I think Madan pulled off what no one could do in India after Singapore. We did it in Bangalore. So, hats off to you, Madan. Thank you for highlighting Karnataka. I think Minister also was very thrilled, and everyone in Karnataka was very thrilled about what you have done to the education system and this. But a few things, I know Madan will talk about Indian solving Indian problems. But when we think and sit, don't think that you are inferior or Bangalore ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಾನು ಆಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು. I mean, all that dialogues, if anyone tells you about it, entrepreneurship is a marathon which you can run from anywhere, and it's about relentless optimism, and it's 99% perspiration, and only 1% inspiration. You will ಬಂದು ಏನೋ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, but if one of you can pick that up and you look at taking it forward, I think that's where you have said thing is one. I remember most of us have attended some Rotary Youth Leaders Forward. In one of them, I had the privilege of going and talking Malwadi ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ 6 ವರ್ಷ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು NTR ರೆಸ್ಟೋರೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, and the bill was on smile. I still get goosebumps when I tell this, because one of our students who I had spoken to had become the manager of the 1924 NTR restaurant there. So that for me is something that is measurable. We all have to give back to our nation, and I think entrepreneurship is the only way forward to give back and build our nation. And college at Bartha, what color is the college gate? It's actually Bartha, I think, gate missing. Please keep that in mind. It might be a college entrance. I hate this one thing because when you are inside the college gate, you control me, because someone else is paying for education. ಮನೇಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಾಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ maybe some parents who have not had that much education that you had, and they want to ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. When you are inside the college gate, you control life. But when you step out of the college gate, life controls you. If you are ready ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ you cannot face the life that is going to control you. Always remember, if the odds are against us, we are stronger. And from Vivekananda, I always said that take up one idea in your life, make that idea your dream, live on it, and spend every breath on it, and then you will see. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone for this interactive session. Now I would like to call Mr. Karthik from MSc SSC to give brief introduction to our today's chief guest, Mr. Adar Panchi, sir.
It's a great privilege to introduce the great personality among us, Madan Panchi, sir. Madan sir is the managing trustee and co-founder of Indian High Foundation. He is also president in Thai Bangalore and trustee in Thai Global. In this capacity, he is focused on enabling the organization's missions of supporting and empowering marginalized youth and communities. Apart from his involvement with his work of Head High Foundation, Madan sir also served as the driving force behind other initiatives in the livelihood, like education and skilling spaces. He is the founder and CEO of First Grid, a village commerce network that delivers digital service and product bridging access to the choice and convenience gaps for rural consumers. He is also the co-founder of Global Alliance for Mass Entrepreneurship, an alliance that catalyzes all stakeholders to collaborate towards igniting a mass entrepreneurship movement. He currently serves as a strategy advisor to UNICEF India for the Yuva initiative. A serial entrepreneur, Madan sir was a co-founder of Merittrack, India's first skill assessment company that was acquired by Manipal Education. His current areas of interest lie at the intersections of transforming youth, enabling entrepreneurial journeys, and empowering social change makers. This was the brief introduction about Madan Patkar. And now it's time to begin our much awaited interaction session with our respected Madan Patkar. So with great respect and enthusiasm, now I invite you to take stage and initiate the interaction session.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Namaskara. Good afternoon. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೋರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೂ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Good afternoon. Great. Super. But first of all, huge thanks to the team here, Karthik, for facilitating this, and Professor Suresh Nadagaru for organizing this. Frankly, I never expected that I'll see so many young, bright smiles and powerful energy in the room. So first of all, a huge round of applause to all of you. To me and to all of us, you represent and you are the future of our great nation. Right? And what better way to spend half an hour with you? It fills me with energy, especially on a campus that has the Sabarmati Ashram here of Gandhiji, whom I greatly admire and a fan of, and of course the imposing statue of Swami Vivekananda. I think this is truly the Punya Bhumi that you are in, and I can literally see the possibilities and the potential in each and every one of you. Right? I will, to what Karthik was saying, maybe 10 years later, I can definitely envision each one of you being a chief guest, right? And sharing your journeys of this is what I made a change to the world. So let's say cheers to that. Let's make it happen. Now, before I go any further, given that we have so many bright, confident youngsters in this room, I just want to hear your voice. What's going on in your mind right now? Even if you feel that, oh, what a boring Friday afternoon, I could have gone home and slept or whatever, what's on your mind? Anybody? Just introduce yourself and share 2 lines. Anything. It could be about a movie you saw yesterday as well. Maybe you're thinking of whoever is a new film star now. Who wants to go? Come on. One of the things I've learned as a youngster in my school and colleges, never miss an opportunity to speak. Nobody will laugh at you. Okay? So who wants to share? Anybody? Come on, many of you are thinking, should I speak, not speak? Go ahead. Mike is coming. There, excellent. Give her a big round of applause.
A very good afternoon, sir. My name is Ravi. I'm from Hooghly. I'm doing my MSc in SSC, currently first year. What's going in my mind is nothing but what, according to your system, what new business idea I can do, what entrepreneurship, which product I'm more, which is more successful and easily interact with the experts and create their mind.
Lovely. What a wonderful question. For you, I'm sending a special gift for you from Thai Bangalore. You'll receive it from your college. Okay, any other questions? That is a lovely thought. We'll talk about that. And I love your confidence. Okay, who else? Come on, I need 2-3 more people. Somebody in the last row. Yeah. Don't worry. You know, nothing's going to, it might not do you good, but it will not do you any harm. Do you know who reviewed when Gandhiji wrote his book, My Experiments with Truth? Have you heard of Vinoba Bhaveji? Okay, who was his greatest disciple? Okay, before I get you there, so let me tell you the story. So Gandhiji sent his book to Vinoba Bhaveji and asked them, should I publish this book or not? He was the only person who reviewed the book. After 15 days, Vinoba Bhaveji writes a letter to Gandhiji with only one line. He says, इससे किसी का नुकसान नहीं होगा. He says, if somebody reads this book, no harm will be done. Right? And that was good enough for Gandhiji to publish the book. So my point is, if you speak, no harm will be done, all good will be done. So go ahead.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಬಸವರಾಜ್ ಅಂತ. ನಾವು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಬೆಳಗಾವಿಯಿಂದ. ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಹೌದಾ? ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ.
ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ
ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನಡೀತಾನೆ ಇದೆ.
ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
Vidyano, who else next? Thank you. You will also get a gift from Thai Bangalore. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Dr. Narashri. I'm from MPS Third Center. Sir, I recently have started own brand, which is Healing Crystal brand, sir. It's been 6 months. It will be beneficial for me to guide further for my business.
Wonderful. Let's give a huge round of applause to the entrepreneur in the room. How many of you have started something like that, like a business? Something to do, to earn, to sell. Tell us what you've done. After you go. Yeah.
So myself, Dr. Ganesh Naik. So I started a clinic there.
Okay.
Evening. So only thing in my mind is becoming the first millionaire in my family.
First millionaire in your family. There you go. Wonderful. Okay, we'll take one last comment and then we'll come back to more interactive.
Namaste, sir.
Namaskar.
Then I took Pavitra Patty, become final year student, sir. ನಾನು lavish bloom bouquets ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್, ಫಾರ್ greeting bouquets. This was the best and early age for started business ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಯರ್ ಬಂದಾಗ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಸರ್.
Very nice.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತೂ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಗಾಸಿ ಸರ್ ವೆರಿ ಏನು ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಅನಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಗಾಸಿಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ.
Wonderful. So for the two entrepreneurs here, I will connect up with you. We have a student membership at Thai Bangalore. I'm happy to give you a 1-year free student membership at Thai Bangalore. We'll figure out how to mentor you there. Okay, so meet me after this. But terrific, yeah. First of all, see, my chedi bidu, right? Chedi bidu ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಣ್ಣವ್ರು ಏನಿದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈಲಾಗದು ಎಂದು ಕೈ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಕುಡಿತಾರೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಯಾರು ಹಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಹಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಡೋಣ. So the thing I want to share with you is the last 25 years I've been an entrepreneur, sitting there many years ago, figuring out what do I do. Till I found out that let me start something. And with no background, I started a company in 2000 called Merit Track, which started out as India's first skills assessment entity, long time ago. I had a lot of hair on my head. The first advice is don't get married and start a business at the same time. But that was a fantastic journey. Uh, Fortunately, my wife supported me fully, and it's only due to her that the venture went on to become what it became. Meritrack was a testing company. We used to go to colleges like this and test people for Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, and my campus test now on a And 2005, we were one of the first guys way back in 2005 when PC was not even known. We raised about $5 million from China and HSBC. And we got acquired by Manipal Education, Manipal University, Kerala. So Manipal, the private arm of Manipal acquired Meritrack. Meritrack continues 25 years this year. I moved out 10 years ago, sold the company, as we said, became the first millionaire in my family. Went on to focus on rural and youth development the last 10 years. Meritrack has tested over about 60 million people. So the R40 journal we have tested, and it's one of India's largest skills assessment companies. And if I were to go back and say, should I have started a business, went through all the troubles, is it worth it? I would say it's 100% worth it. Okay, for two reasons. One is a personal reason, that the fun I've had, the journey that I've had, the learnings, the experiences, meeting people, figuring out solutions to problems, all on your own, without nobody backing you, without nobody telling you that, oh, I'm here, entrepreneurs, as she was saying, find no support, right? That is a gives me a high, saying that's fantastic. Secondly, the reason why I say this is also important, not from a personal reason, but from a country standpoint as well. Bharat Desh Yuvaga, as we speak, there are 1 million youth like you who are coming into the workforce every month. In the next 15 years, 15 ಕೋಟಿ ಯುವಕರಿಗೆ we have to find jobs. So where does the jobs come from? The government can only create so many jobs. Everybody wants a government job. How many government jobs can we create? Even after 25 years, Infosys is only 4 lakh, 5 lakh people. Right? So if you want to employ 150 million people, you need some 400, 500 times Infosys. Right? Somebody has to create those Infosys of the next world. Right? So my point is that if youth like you who have the privilege of studying, who have the privilege of being confident, if you go stand in a queue looking for a job, it's a shame on the country. Each of you must go on to become a job creator, create 15, 20, 30, 100, 1,000 jobs, then everybody will get jobs. Right? So it is not only for yourself, I think the country needs you to become entrepreneurs. Right? And universities like this provide a fantastic opportunity for you to learn how to become entrepreneurs. So I'll come to that. So in my last 10 years, I worked with young people. In fact, I began my journey here in Gadag in 2011. Supported the Deshpande Foundation, we set up a center in Gadag where we used to take Danakayogo, Halli Guru who have never seen or entered a classroom in their lives, who have never seen an English alphabet in their lives, and in 6 months to a 1,000-hour program, we can transform them to be English-speaking, digitally literate professionals who can stand on the stage and give a bhajan in English for 1 hour. I've seen that magic happen here in Gadag. Today, the Head and Eye Foundation operates in 100 districts in 22 states. We have touched about 40,000 youth, and every one of them have transformed to be a confident, digitally literate youngster. So what I believe, I'll share some beliefs with you, and then we'll have a conversation. The first belief I have, and I call it the 10C model. Okay, the first C is what you need, irrespective of what age we are in. Whether when I was a student, you are a student, your kids will be students. I think these 10 C's will remain constant. The first C is that you need to have confidence. Confidence is 95% of problems you can solve with your confidence. For the remaining 5%, you need everything else. When a youth who can't even read a sentence in Kannada can come and speak on the stage here, imagine you guys who are all educated, literate, you should have unlimited confidence. And I believe there is unlimited potential in each one of you. Each one of you can become whoever you wish to be only if you're confident about yourself. Right? So the first lesson that I have, or the first sharing that I want to do is, be confident, don't worry about what the world thinks. Right? So repeat after me that I will be confident in my own skills. Say, I will be confident in my own skills. Let's see it loud. Own skills and abilities. So don't fear. Don't worry about anything. Right? The second C that I found to be super important, you might have confidence. I'm sure several of you in this room were confident when I asked the question, but you stopped midway because the second C did not exist. That is communication. It's not about English. It's not about Kannada. It's not about any language. Your communication ability is for you to stand up, think, and be able to say what you think. It's to articulate. Most of the success of an entrepreneur or any professional comes from their ability to communicate. First, of course, you need to have confidence. From confidence, if you can build communication, it's a deadly combination. Right? And there is nothing right or wrong about communication. There is nothing right or wrong about, oh, sari helbutta, tap helda, yaare ankontare, it doesn't matter. Never miss an opportunity to speak and to communicate. Right? So learn how to communicate. In fact, you know what is the thing that we do, and I would urge all of you to do that. You know what is the best form that our kids in Headed Foundation learn communication? It's called mirror practice. Have you, anyone of you tried mirror practice? I do that even when I'm practicing with speeches. Stand in front of a mirror and speak to yourself. Right? The feedback that you will get saying, oh, mukha sadagittu, yako todultidru, you will get real-time feedback on how you're speaking. In our training program, our youth do 3 to 4 hours of mirror practice every day. And in 2-3 months, they're so confident that they don't need the mirror. So try this out as a simple trick. Stand in front of a mirror, 10 minutes, speak on any topic you like. It could be about a movie, it could be about a story, it could be some serial you're watching, it doesn't matter. But practice speaking. Right? Because without communication, the world will not understand you. The third C that I will give you, and I'll give you an example. Okay, why this is so important. About 10 years ago, I went to some village, about maybe 50-60 kilometers from here. I met a carpenter. He had a small carpentry shop. Someone, Maga was with him. And he was making tables, chairs, and all the usual sofas. So I started talking to him, and I asked him, in sales, how do you get business? So he put me back and said, sir, so I said, maybe I'll put up a holding. He laughed and said, I don't have that much of money to put up a holding. Where will I get that money? And maybe I said, then you'll go door to door. He says, who will do the carpentry business? I still have to make the stuff. I'm the only guy here. So I don't have time to go and say, buy my stuff. So I was at my wit's end. I said, tell me, how do you get it? So what he told me was fantastic. He says, every time I make a sofa or a chair or a table, the customer gives me some 200, 300 rupees to transport it to his house on a tractor. I pay another 100 rupees more to the tractor and ask the tractor to take the most circuitous route to reach the village. So instead of going straight, he will stop at 5 villages and go. And he puts his debut on the tractor, gives him a drum and a stick, and every village stop he stops. This guy beats the drum, people come out, and he gives them a small chip, says, this table is made for so and so customer, costs so much. If you are interested, call this number. He says, every time I deliver a product, I get 6 to 7 calls, and I convert 2 to 3 of them into sales. Isn't that a fantastic thinking? What do you call that thinking? Out of the box thinking, or you call it as creativity. Okay, the third C is For every problem in your life, personal, professional, doesn't matter, there's always a creative solution. And you have to exercise creativity. The more creative you are, the more the world will recognize you. And you will feel happy about yourself. So what can you do to be creative? How many of you paint? How many of you sing? Okay, so the rest of you, just pick up a painting board, take a bunch of colors, start doing outside the box. If you want to think out, you can't be in the box and think outside the box. So every opportunity in the college, where they say, Naka Madro, or the drama Madana, or the competition Madana, be the first guys to say, don't say, oh, Nanan Barala, Nan Maraka. Right? Creativity comes when you push yourself. And you can feel creativity. So the third C that will stand the test of time is creativity. Okay? The fourth C is again taking a step from Gandhiji's book. Do you remember what was the first campaign that Gandhiji got pulled into when he came to India? When he came from South Africa to India, the first challenge he surmounted was a farmer's agitation in Champaran, in Bihar. Somebody told him, "Sir, Logi and Kuma Garage accident, find out what is the problem and figure out what to do." You know what Gandhiji did for 7 days? He sat under a tree and just listened to thousands of farmers. After a while, people started saying, "Oh yeah, what is he? He's not understanding. They're not able to understand what is he doing here, Anta." And Gandhiji said, "Till I understand your problems, I won't be able to give you solutions." Right? And similarly, I don't know if you heard, there's a very interesting story of a mother who takes her son to Gandhiji and says, "Ninge ee belladu chocolate tumba ishta, tindu hallala haal ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಾನೆ, he's hurting his health. Ask him to give it up." So Gandhiji says, "Bring him next week. I won't tell it now." So the mother says, "Simple things. All you have to say is just give it up. Why don't you give it?" She just goes away. Next week, the kid comes back, and Gandhiji looks at the kid and says, "Son, it's not good. You have to give it up." And the mother asks, "Why did you wait for 1 week?" Gandhiji said, "I have the same problem, and without me giving it up, I can't tell your son to give it up." Right? That fourth C that I'm talking about is called compassion. Right? Till you understand what is the problem of the people around you, it could be your friends, parents, relatives, community around you. Till you understand the problems of the community, you can't solve it creatively. How do you develop that compassion? And RDPR University provides you the ideal platform because it's all about rural development. Right? How many lives of farmers can you understand? How many lives of women at home can you understand? How can you be more compassionate? Nothing can replace compassion. Right? AI will never replace compassion. AI will never replace confidence. AI will never replace communication. AI will never replace your compassion. And the fifth C is, which AI will never replace, is collaboration. How do you work together? Because remember, every great thing in the world is achieved by working together. There is nobody who can claim, "I did it all alone." There will be a group of people who are helping or her. How do you collaborate? How do you create groups and work with groups? Even with people you don't like. Right? And that is something that is a very useful skill. These are the 5 C's, which I think are inner C's that are very, very important to you. So, confidence, communication, creativity, compassion, collaboration. Okay? I'll talk about 5 external C's now. The first is what I call as, how many of you heard of ChatGPT? How many of you used it? Okay. I'm sure the teachers are not looking at you saying whether the last submission you did was using ChatGPT, but being what I call as ChatGPT aware is very important. Technology is changing very, very fast. 1.5, 2 years ago, none of us had heard of AI at the scale. And we thought OpenAI was everything. Last week, some Chinese company came called DeepSeek and literally has killed OpenAI. Maybe 2 months later, there will be some other thing which will come and kill DeepSeek. Right? But as technology, you can't say, oh, nano art student train and commerce student train and the technology battery and it won't work. So play around with technology. There are lots of free tools. In fact, you can go build an app online in less than 30 minutes. What used to take 1 year is now you can do it in 30 minutes without knowing a single line of coding. So the sixth C is become ChatGPT aware or become aware of technology, because that is going to be a critical skill set. You can't be afraid of technology. Technology has to be afraid of you. Okay? The seventh C that I talk about is climate krantikari. Climate change is for real. Right? Sometimes we don't take it for ourselves. We take it too much for granted. What is it that in your daily lives and as businesses can you run which is climate friendly? How do you make yourself aware the practices that you're doing on a daily life? How can you be much more planet friendly and climate friendly? Otherwise, you don't have a future, right? So think of climate and climate change as things that you need to battle and win every day. Okay. The eighth C is what I call as, we spoke about it, entrepreneurs, I'll come to that, as creator of jobs, right? You have to be job creators. You cannot be job seekers. In fact, you should take a target that in my life, I will end up creating at least 100 jobs. Okay, and that will not only give you satisfaction, fame, and wealth, but you help inspire a million other people to become job creators, right? The ninth C that I talk about is one quiz question. As you walk into your library, what is the first book that you see? The Constitution, right? Every Indian, every youth must be aware of constitutional values. Our job as a citizen in the country is to uphold our constitutional values, right? You might have 100 opinions, views. Finally, it boils down to constitution. What is the constitutional values and how do we live that constitutional values? If you don't, then you're not a citizen. So be citizen of the country by following constitutional values is my ninth C. And the last C is what I call as community leaders. Finally, we are all a part of community, right? No man is an island. If we can go back and become community builders in our own communities, our friends, our own colleges, our own neighborhoods, solve problems for them, become local leaders, be community change makers. Be a change maker. Because a change maker is finally what the world needs. Not a degree, not just an entrepreneur, right? We need a change maker. I'll give an example of a change maker and how change making thinking can happen. I know of a tea shop fellow in Bangalore. 10 years ago, he was selling tea on a usual trolley. And he was going to offices selling tea. Then he made some money. He created one shop. 8 years later, he runs 10 outlets in Bangalore. It's called Sharon Tea Stall. Sharon Tea Stall employs about 40 people. And he says, my biggest thing is that I'm able to provide employment for 40. But there's an interesting twist. One day his mom came from, he comes from Madurai. His mom came from Madurai and told him, Daniel Alta, he said, I'm happy with everything you do, but I'm not happy with one thing. He says, what? You're selling cigarettes in your tea stall. He says, what's the big deal? People come because of the cigarette. The usual thing is you come, have a cigarette, then you take tea, and that's how tea sells. His mother challenged him to say, then I don't like the business you're doing. Because you are spoiling the health of so many hundreds of people. So he slept on it. Next day he decided that I will stop selling cigarettes in my stall. And he took that call. Everybody told him that, no, your business will fall, nobody will come to your stall. He says, let me look at that. You know what happened? He stopped selling cigarettes. 2 months later, he was doing 2 times more sales than what he was doing earlier. Why? Because women, children, families started coming to his tea stall. Earlier, they were not coming thinking that all I go there is get smoke. And now the tea stall became clean. He started attracting more customers. Now he says, I never thought I'd get more business, but I did it because I wanted to be a change maker. So even in each of our businesses, there is a way in which you can be a change maker. Right? So the last external 5 C's I want you to think about is ChatGPT aware. I want you to take one challenge. In the next 1 month, I will challenge you, you have to go build an app online. Some app. Can you do that? Try it out. It doesn't have to be, all you need is one internet connection to a web browser, you'll find it. Be climate krantikari, right? Creator of jobs. Be citizens first. Uphold constitutional values. And lastly, be community builders and change makers. Right? These 10 will always stay in fashion. And if you can do this, if you can just follow all of this, right, you will lead a super satisfied life. You feel happy. You feel that I've contributed something. And in all of this, I think the most important part that we talked about is being an entrepreneur, being a change maker. There's so many problems to be solved. You take healthcare, education, agriculture, water, irrigation, women's development, artisanal products. You look around, you'll find hundreds and hundreds of problems to be solved. All you have to do is to apply some of these C's and you can arrive at a solution and a business. Right? And you start small. There's nothing called as failure. It's only trying. The only failure I see is not trying. If you try, there is no failure. So my suggestion is go out there and try out stuff, especially with a college and an administration that is so open to doing it. Right? I'm sure if you go and say, I want to start a business and I'm trying to do this, nobody will say, no, only study on your books. Professor Suresh keeps telling me, we want to create every student in our college as an entrepreneur. That's not just this college, I think every college in India must do that. And you can set an example. Okay, so I'll leave you with one last challenge. Okay? And this, where you will get an extra special prize from Thai Bangalore as well. Maybe you can coordinate that. So here is what I want you to do. Okay? Next 2 weeks, you know how to reach me. And that's a challenge by itself. You have to find me online. You have to go around, either in groups or individually, it doesn't matter. Define one problem that you want to solve. In around this region. Right? Give me an idea. Some idea. It can be, you can write it in an email, you can put it in a Word document, you can put it in a PPT, it doesn't matter. The next 2 weeks, go find the local problem, come back with your idea of here are 2-3 ways I can solve the solution, and this is my business idea. Please send me an email, find me on LinkedIn, find me somehow, send me that message. All the people who have applied for that, we'll organize one mentoring session, one pitching session, and we will take it from there. Are you game to do this? Yeah? Try it. It will not take much time. Right? Let us make a beginning here. Let's build a far more entrepreneurial society that we need here. Right? I'll pause here. Any questions? Any thoughts? Or you can say, what's on your mind? Any questions? Go for it. The first C and the second C, don't worry. Let's see. I'm definitely going to wait till I get a question. I don't Yeah.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೆಲವು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತವೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಸರಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬರೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ
Good question. Good question. Very good question. See, first of all, ಎಲ್ಲ business investment ಬೇಕಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Okay? So look for business ideas which do not require that much of investment. Start ಮಾಡಿ. Slowly. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ, there are lots and lots of government schemes that give you investment. Without, not as a debt. ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಎಲಿವೇಟ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಒಂದಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೇಮ್ ಖರ್ಗೆ ಅವರು, who is the chancellor of this university, has created a scheme called Elevate where 20 ರಿಂದ 50 ಲಕ್ಷ they giving to startup as grant money. ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಬಂತು, ಇಲ್ಲದೆ nobody is going to ask you for money. ಇಂಥ ಗ್ರಾಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಇದೆ. Even the Mudra loan which the banks give, they are not expecting you to pay back fully if your business does not work. Right? Thirdly, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲೇ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನೀವು ಉಸಿರಾಡೋದು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ? ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಹೆರೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ದ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದ ರಿಸ್ಕ್. Right? So do not worry about the risk. Build something that is of value. People are willing to pay you for. You can make some money. Start building slowly. People will come after you to invest. And the background, in fact, Bengaluru ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು, ಬರೀ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಗೋದು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್. There are fantastic ideas coming from everywhere. Yesterday I was in Delhi. Adda 247 ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? They are India's largest government test prep company. Anil Nagar as the CEO. ಒಂದು ಬಿಹಾರದ ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ದವನು 10ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Today he runs a 500 crore business and Google has invested in this company. Right? So ನನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಜನ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. It is changing. ಇತ್ತು, but it is changing. If your idea is good, if you're investing your time, effort, hard work, then things will happen. Yeah? Any other questions? I'm always available for any questions, thoughts. Karthik and I will work with, will continue to work with RDPR University. But I must really thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's been fantastic interacting with you. Next time I come, I want to see confidence you are here. I want to see the next level. Will I take it as a yes? Okay, so wish you the very best. God bless all of you. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Sir, in fact, thank you, Madan, again for taking the time before they give the formal vote of thanks. But ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್, ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳೋದು ತುಂಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಸಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ದಾವೆ ಉಂಟಲ್ಲ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಬೇಬಿ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. If you don't come out in ಕುತೂಹಲ, or if you don't come out with your own, on your own, the problem will never be solved. If you go to a teacher and you don't ask questions, they will assume that you have learned everything. Only two options. One is you have learned everything, one everything is over a transition. Only two options that are possible. Right? So, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ again, we also thank RDPR University, Suresh sir, Prasad and your entire team for having put this together, and like Madan sir said, work very closely towards a few things. Already I think CBI apply ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ನ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ಕ್ಯುಬೇಷನ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಸರ್ ಸುಮಾರು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮೆನಿ ನೋಡಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್. ಸೊ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ small stipend, but Madan sir, everything, I always don't think the only roadblock is their investment. A good idea, and I think a good team that they put together, sir will always go with that. It will attract investment by itself. And he has created so many platforms to do that. And I think, sir, Madan sir, some of the students have come to Bangalore Tech Summit, and some of them actually, I know you are very, very busy. There was one full bus that had come to TGS, thanks to you. Actually, that how it happened is one day before Suresh sir called me in the evening. I said, Nada Barbola. I said, sir, you Gadagali. And then he said, otherwise, no problem. Night or after, bus sir. And in the morning, they all arrived. Thanks to you, and I think that was a life-changing experience for a lot of the students because they had not seen that at that scale. So these are the few things, and thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insight and wisdom with us. Also, your great interaction session has truly enlightened us. Thank you.
Now I would like to call upon Mr. Prashant Teacher, Finance Officer, KSRDPRUSocial University, Gaza, to give the presidential remarks.
Good afternoon, everybody. So first of all, on behalf of the Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, I would like to thank Madan sir for his wonderful, profoundly inspiring speech. And even I would like to thank the officer also for his wonderful presence. So all of us will take the challenge, right? You have taken the challenge. So by the time Madan sir comes next time, you should be ready with an app. Yes. Will you take the challenge? Yes. That's nice. So first of all, the thing that drew my attention was the fact that sir was the co-founder of Head High Foundation. The very nomenclature reminds me of Simplicity works of Rabindranath Tagore, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where the knowledge is free. So that heaven of freedom whom my father led my country away. And we want that kind of nation, that kind of country. I hope that sir has been profoundly inspired by the electrifying rhythmic poetry of Tagore. And second thing that I was intrigued by was the subtitle of today's session, Indian Solving Indian Problems. Who else will solve our problems? We only have to solve our problems. And one of the students was asking, what are the assets? What are the background? And if you ask me, I will tell you, the most important, most significant asset you are having is not the background, is not the finance. Most important asset is your intellect. You should have that intellect. Many of you might at one point or another time might have wondered what is the etymological meaning of Bharat. Bharat means, the Ba comes from the word fire. Fire in our philosophy, in our spirituality, represents knowledge. It represents wisdom. Bharat means delight in the light, delight in the knowledge, delight in the wisdom. We always give importance to intellect. And mark my words, irrespective of the caste, irrespective of the creed, that God has bestowed equal intellect upon all of us. Everyone sitting here, everyone outside, everyone inside has got the same kind of intellect. That's why we are not working with. You should have faith in your intellect. You can work out, you can come up with your projects, you can become an entrepreneur, you can make your name in entrepreneurship if you have faith in your intellect. If you do not have faith, mark my words, you are not going to achieve anything in your life. I would like to remember the words of Swami Vivekananda, who says, history of the world. The history of the world is the history of a few people who have faith in themselves. Because the faith calls out divinity in you. If you have faith, you can manifest the divinity in you. If you fail, it shows that you haven't tried sufficiently to manifest your inner power. You have inner power, you have intellect, you have capability. Only thing is that you have to awaken it. To awaken it, first of all, as Sir has very said, you should have your passion. to continue his strengths. So one of the most important things that we have is the core interest. You should decide what is your passion, what is your core interest about. Many of you might have heard the most inspiring words of Steve Jobs. He says, your time is limited. We do not have much time. Already have spent 25 years of life. We're going to live for another 40 years. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by the dogma which is living with the result of some other people's thinking. Don't be trapped by the dogma. What is the dogma? Living with the result of other people's thinking. No people should decide what you should become. You should decide what you should become. Don't let the opinion of others drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, you have the courage to follow your heart. To follow your intuition. Your heart knows what you want to become. Your intuition knows what you want to become. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, believe in yourself. Have faith in yourself. Have tremendous energy and express it. Manifest it. Then only you can achieve something in your life. That's what is needed. At the same time, you should have commitment. Only having passion is not enough. You should have tremendous commitment. At the same time, you should have competence. Because as certain writers said, if you do not keep pace with the galloping technology, you will lose yourself and you are doomed to become a failure. If you do not want to fail, you should keep pace with the technology. As Sir said, technology is running fast. That is very beautiful said, you should make use of the technology, not vice versa. Technology should not make use of you. Always keep telling one thing to you. A Buddhist proverb says, to everyone has been given the key to open the gates of heaven. The same key can also open the gates of hell. Technology is like the key. You are the person who are operating the key. Technology should be your slave. You should not become the slave to your technology. In the process of reaching the zenith of your success, the most important thing, one more thing I would like to add, consistency. If you do not have consistency, as one of the students said, sometimes you may have to face failures. What are failures? Swami Vivekananda says, failures are the poetry of life. If you fail one time, try the second time. If you fail third time, try for the fourth time. That's why Swami says, hold an idea 1,000 times. Hold an idea 1,000 times. If you fail 1,000 times, make one more attempt. Definitely, at this stage, you will achieve anything and everything, whatever you wanted to achieve. And in the university, if you have gone through the University Act, one of the most important objectives is to function as the center of excellence for extension, skilling, and apprenticeship, making use of modern information and communicative technologies to work towards integrated rural development. Karthik sir has said, don't be under the impression that only those people who are living in Bengal can be entrepreneurs. Our university, which has been established as a brainchild of our Honorable District in charge, Mr. S.A. Patil Sarji, is the only university which has been dedicated to rural development. I want my children, I want my students not to go to the cities as entrepreneurs. Be here, be with us. Manifest your powers and show to the entire world that a person living in a village can be an entrepreneur. We should not look at the world. World should look at us. World should look at our university thinking that some of the persons who are studying in the university have come up with a lot of entrepreneurial skills. That's what our aim has been. That's what our dream has been. That's what the desire that all of us have been cherishing all these years. That's what the intention behind the establishment of our RDPR University. Today, it has been my privilege. Our Honorable Sister called me in the morning and said that in his absence, I should attend the meeting. I do feel that it has been my privilege to listen to the profound and inspiring words of Madan sir and presence of Karthik sir. On behalf of all of us, I would like to thank you, sir, for having come to our university and having delivered the wonderful speech which has captivated our imagination to your tendencies, and I hope these tendencies should be your mantra. If you want to succeed in your life, keep those tendencies and better write down all these tendencies, inscribe these tendencies on the walls of your heart and mind and soul. Then definitely assure you, we will achieve success. Once again, I thank you, sir. I want your presence here again and again. I want you to come here to interact with our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for encouraging us with your inspiring words. Now I would like to call upon Ms. Meghna from LSSSC to deliver the oath of thanks. Respected esteemed guests, on-deck faculty members and friends, as we come to the end of today's event, I would like to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you. First and foremost, we would like to extend our sincere thanks to our chief guest, Sri Madan Kalati sir, for gracing us with his presence and sharing his valuable insights on entrepreneurship for Bharat. Your words of wisdom have inspired us to strive for excellence. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to Sri Karthik sir for his enlightening talk, which provided us with a new perspective on innovation and entrepreneurship by setting a tone for this interactive session. We would also like to thank our president for the event, Sri Prashant sir, for his guidance and support in making this event a success. I would also like to extend our gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Suresh Nandagowda sir, and our Registrar in Absence for their guidance and encouragement in promoting student-centric and thought-provoking activities in our university. Have enabled us to create a vibrant academic ecosystem. Thank you, sir. To our faculty members, we appreciate our tireless efforts in organizing this event and making it a memorable experience for us. And to our friends, we thank you for your active participation and interest, which made this event a grand success. Once again, thank you all for your presence, support and contributions. We look forward to your continued guidance and inspiration. Thank you. Thank you, Meghna. Thank you, everybody.